Okay, so today we're going to read this to start. We always read the instructions. Solve the system by substitution. So it's a system, so there's two equations. And it says solve. That means we're going to find the combination of x and y that make both equations true. This y combination will have to make this equation true and that equation true. Okay, and so if I can't remember exactly how to do that, then I can go back to my notes, and those notes are posted in Google Classroom. And our notes are in here. They look like this. And we can go by these steps. So there's two different examples. The first step is to find what one of the variables equals. Pick the easiest of the two equations to do this with. So here we go. Find what one of the variables equals. One of the variables, here we go, y equals 2x. That's what one of the variables equals. There we go. I find what one of the variables equals. What's my next step? Step 2, substitute what the variable equals into the other equation. So here we go. So if y equals 2x, then these are the same. So I can replace that y with 2x. I can put that in for this y. So let's rewrite this so that it's a little bit easier. But they're the same. They're equal. So we can replace them without changing anything, right? If you have a substitute teacher, your substitute teacher replaces your regular teacher that day. Okay, so here we go. Here's our new equation. It's going to be 2x equals 10x minus 16. Okay, what's the next step? So we substituted. What's next? Step 3, solve for the other variable. Okay, so we have 2x equals 10x minus 16. The other variable is x. We only have one variable left, so we know how to solve for that. So we want to get all the x's. We want this to look like x equals something. We're going to figure that out. And we're going to get all the x's on one side of the equal sign, and then we're going to get all the numbers on the other. So if I want to get all the x's on one side of the equal sign, I have the numbers over here, so I'm going to get rid of this x and put it over there. And how I'm going to do that, so it's clear what's going on. So if I want to get rid of this 10x on this side of the equal sign, I'm going to subtract it. If I want to completely get rid of a term, I'm usually going to add or subtract it because that will make it go away. Okay, so on one side of the equal sign, I subtract 10x. I'm going to do it on the other side. And I'm left with 2x minus 10x. I'm left with negative 8x is equal to negative 16. And now if I want to get x by itself, I don't want to get rid of the x. I want to figure out what 1x equals. So I have negative 8x's. I'm going to do the opposite operation. This is negative 8 times x. So I'm going to do divide is the opposite. So negative 8, x equals, and negative 16 divided by negative 8 is a positive 2. There we go. X is by itself. That's what x equals. Now remember, solving a system, it's an x-y combination. So we have our x, but what about this? What's our y? So we actually have to substitute again. There's so many steps in solving systems of equations. So we have to solve again for the y. So we're going to substitute the 2 in for the x now. Okay, so we're going to substitute the 2 in for the x. So let's try that. So we're going to have y equals 2 times, because this means 2 times x. We're not going to get rid of that first 2. We're going to multiply it times the second 2. So we're going to go 2 times. Instead of the x, we're going to put 2. And so what we have is y equals 4. So there we go. Let's see. Let's get it typed in there before the bell rings. 2, 4. It's like class. Got it. All right. Those are the steps.